Welcome back to Black Creators Corner, and we will be reviewing Iron Infinity today. Now, I got this book from Facebook, or I met the author from Facebook. We were in this group called Bama, Black Anime Manga Artists, I believe. The group is there to support Black creators, but I didn't feel that love while I was in that group, so I'm no longer in the group. But this is something I got from it. I really like it, so let's talk about it.
The following comic review is being done for the purposes of spreading awareness. It will be structured as follows: a short summary, things that I like/love, things that can improve, and a grade. Didn't think I would need to say this, but art is subjective, and these are my opinions based on working experience and schooling. I implore every single person watching this review to purchase this comic and make your own judgment. And if you're feeling inspired, write your own review. Now, I art by two sayings: if I don't stand my own people, who will? And true and honest critique is the only way an artist gets better. Also, this is not a paid review.
The premise is simple. These two teenagers get powers in one night. Now, it's set in a world where monsters fell from the sky and wreaked havoc on the city that they're in. So no one's stranger to aliens. So one night, my man CJ gets in contact with my man's here. By far the best part of this comic for me. He's like a angry flubber, fucking angry gummy bear. What I like about this comic book, you can tell that the artist took their time with the comic book, with the line art and color, with the addition of textures. You can see the textures, and it's very easy to read. It's very easy to follow. And I don't have to say this, but black hairstyles. I love the variety of the black hairstyles in this book, which is very hard to find even with black creators, especially the ones who do anime and manga style. They will just make brown characters who have anime type hair. But this artist, this creator did not do that. He showed our beautiful black hair in all the glory that it is. And not only this, I also love the pacing. It never felt rushed, even when we start off with CJ gets his powers first, or not even powers. You're gonna find out. I'm not gonna spoil it. Oh, a sticker. I didn't even know he gave me that. Thank you. It never felt rushed. It didn't feel like I'm just rushing to give this character powers. I'm telling you a story. I'm giving you character development. That's what happens in the book. And a lot of artists make that mistake. So another thing that I like is the dialogue. The dialogue feels very natural. Another thing people get wrong, especially the character Eels. There he is right here. Again, he's like a snarky ass flubber. I love it. One of the things I also love is the expressions, right? A lot of artists get this wrong as well. Their characters don't look like they're experiencing anything. I really love the expressions on the characters. You did a really good job on that. Now for some improvements. So sometimes the proportions can get a little weird. That's an improvement. You definitely need to improve on that. Keep the consistency across the board for all the characters, because this character, she looks smushed into this. Another improvement, but it might seem a little picky. This comic follows the anime and manga style. However, that doesn't mean you have to follow it to a T. Black people, we are kings and queens of expressions, especially African Americans. We're king and queens of expressions. Do some studies on some black expressions, because that will put this comic book over the top, especially for me. This is cool and all, but black expressions are undefeated, and you should definitely be trying to use more black expressions, even though, again, the expressions are good. Okay, for this last improvement, I need to show my face. I love this comic book. It's a good comic book, and I can't wait to buy the next one. However, this is to the anime and manga community. When you're doing these books, you have to check your prejudices, because in this book, all of the characters who are black, who are doing negative things, they're all dark-skinned. It's very obvious. I gave the comic book to my girlfriend and my wife. They both noticed it almost immediately. All of the negative characters in the book are dark-skinned, specifically dark-skinned black male. We've all been conditioned here at home that dark-skinned men are terrible. We've been conditioned that already, right? However, if you go into manga and anime, it's the same thing there. When a character becomes a demon, their skin becomes brown. demons are brown. You know, like brown skin or dark skin is seen as negative, and that's not fucking cool. And as a black person, I was expecting not to see that. I was expecting more variety of black people in colors in this book. However, I don't want to give it away. Each and every person who sees this review to buy this comic book and make that decision for their own. But again, this is not the only comic book that I noticed this happens in. And it comes out in a book. You can see it. All the beautiful girls are lighter complected. All the ugly girls are darker complected. I'm not saying this happens in this book. I'm saying I've seen it done. I've seen it happen. Yeah, so I picked it up from this book, the bits of colorism. If you're going to do black comic books, mangas, understand that you need to check your motherfucking biases, because what will happen is you'll turn around and in all of the bad guys in your book, the black bad guys in your book are dark-skinned. All of them. Whereas everybody else is just lighter. Anyway, this was my first comic, so this might be an extreme coincidence. However, if you're going to create a comic book, watch that shit. I'm definitely going to get the next issue, and I'm probably going to review that as well. But yeah, overall, I'm going to give this a B. There's some things that can be better. Remember, there's always room for improvement, and I recommend that you go get it, and then you do a review for it yourself.